You started that evil.
Wow.
Hot potato. All right,
I can
Rob.
give a hand, but I'm in the middle of a game right now.
Rob, here's your game in the Georgia. Tucoman65, thanks for the follow, and Psycho Bambi, thanks for the follow. What are my thoughts about the Captain reset? So first of all, I think most
I'll
of
get
this.
a count, kitten.
Thank you, because I gotta go deal with sick babies.
Uh-oh.
Maywin
Yeah, it's not going well here.
317 is now following.
So in general, I will say I think that most of the changes that are proposed are positive and good. It'll be a question to see how good it is for secondary spec ships, and it'll be a question to see, you know, what they're going to do, you know, outside of that. But I'll tell you, one thing that I'm most excited about is the free commander reset. Now, in previous times, last time they did a free commander respec, you had to reset everything manually, or Wargaming allowed for a
Admiral Bismarck is now following.
one reset, blanket reset for all captains on the website. I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but keep an eye out, and if they do, make sure you take advantage of it. In my personal opinion, this is me, there's so much going on with this game now. I've gotten to the point where I write down calendar reminders, like my personal calendar. I remind myself about the games, about stuff for World of Warships. So I will put in the calendar, don't forget to respec for free, blanket all of my commanders. And I'm going to set that up for a day or two before the next patch will probably drop. So essentially 4 weeks from the drop of the next patch. You know,
Starlime Harpoon is now following.
that's me. It's up to you what you want to do with that. But personally, I would set a reminder and make sure that you reset all your captains, even if you're not sure. Respec them, because you can always come back later after other people have gone and played with certain skills and stuff to see what's going on. So just a thought. When does the coupons reset? I think they reset over the course of this weekend. You'll have to check in game on the coupons in the armory and stuff. You can see that. Hey, Worm! Congratulations, or Woom? Congratulations. How do I like the Kerfur Spimmy? It's a fun ship.
I enjoy the covers a lot.
Oh, all right, chat. Here's Stevie. Somebody, I don't remember who, redeemed Pet Stevie, so here we go. We're giving him some pets. Some pets. Yes. He loves getting pet. He loves it. When he's on the ground, he loves having his tummy rubbed. When he's up on my lap, he loves having his head massaged. Like literally, like I'm a masseuse of his head right here. Look at him. You can't see it, but he's actually shaking his left rear paw right now. Yes. Yes, the research 2x bonus is going to apply in the next day or two. So if you haven't already done a respec for your, for those of you that are doing your research bureau, you want to make sure that you do a reset now before you get to it. B-Cup! B-Cup's like, I want my damn Moskva replay. Alright, let's do it. 7 months of following B-Cup.
Kupchenko just resubscribed for 7 months. Moskva replay on Atlantic Geishu Rave.
Let's do it.
And your question in regards of coupons and stuff, a majority of them do reset this coming patch. However, the ships one is 128 days.
Yes.
Still.
What? Wait. 120 days?
128. 128.
For what?
For
Oh.
resource and doubloons.
Okay, yeah, for the ship ones, because the ship ones usually reset, I think, every 6 months. So yeah, so it should be December. So 128 days sounds about right. Yeah, exactly right. Thanks, Major Pain. And somebody was asking, OG Big Worm, what was that about doing a line reset? So you get double research points if you do a line reset and you haven't done one yet. Before that becomes available again, you have to have, what is it, 4 tier 10 ships to unlock Research Bureau. So if you don't, hey, no worries about it. Take your time. Teaching you all how to play the games to speak up. Ooh, oh, them's fighting words.
And I'm over here dodging down a Marco Polo.
Yeah, right? We haven't talked too much about your replay, but Rob, I mean, you're just doing the typical Georgia, which is point the bow at the enemy and hit W.
There's the kill, Marco Polo. Yeah,
Mustang.
I sent this in because of what happens sort of near the end of the match where I decide to make a trade that helps.
Okay.
I thought it helped the team.
Okay, Duckman, thank you chiming in there. 5 tier 10. Mustang.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, just right. I am a secondary about Georgia because I just enjoy just watching my secondary shoot at something that's like 11 kilometers away or something like that.
Yeah, she's a ridiculous ship. Absolutely. Are you running a secondary build? It looks like you are with 11.3 kilometer range.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, Mustang said, is something happening with secondaries? Yes. When the patch drops, which we think is this weekend, we see a complete shift. For one, you get a commander respec for free. So you can respec all your commanders for free. But you also, we see a change in secondary skill. And what the secondary skill can do. Generally speaking, it looks like it's a buff. So we'll have to see how that works. If so, I think secondary spec ships is going to be awesome. And somebody asked me earlier, what do I think of Kurfürst? I like the Kurfürst. I really like her when she's in secondary spec, which might not be considered the optimal way to play her, but I don't care. Hi.
It's fun, and that's why I do it.
How's that going to affect the Napoli? It won't, because there are no secondary commander skills. No, you're not having Scotch. There. Stevie was like, "Ooh, what's that?" There are no secondary skills for a cruiser, so you know, keep that in mind. But it is for battleships. It's gonna be a bonus. Stevie wants dirty water. He's not getting any dirty water, guys. He's 17 years old. I'm doing everything I can to ensure that he lives a very long and happy life. He also loves when I hug him. Like, see, if I hug him like this, look at him. He's just happy. He's just happy. I could hold him like this probably for an hour, and he's cool with it. He's cool with it. Look at him. He's resting his chin on my arm right now.
Trying to blind fight the Petro.
So, it's Squimmy. Do I like Japanese destroyers? Let's talk about that. For the person that was asking, I think it was OG, asking about should I reset my line. If you've got the Akizuki line available, the Japanese gunboat destroyers, absolutely, 100% reset that line now. If you're at the Haragumo. Because you will get the double research points, and then it becomes available again at the start of this coming patch or whatever. So as a result, you'll get essentially double research points twice. You reset it, grind through the Haragumo line, and then reset it again. Research points are fantastic because they allow you to buy a multitude of things. Okay? The best by far is ships, like the Ohio. Okay? You could also buy some of the unique upgrades via research points, but in my opinion, get the ships first. Southern Kept, how do you reset? Go to your tech tree. Go to your tech tree, go to the bottom of your tech tree, and there's a button there for resetting your line. If you're not sure, let me know, Southern, towards the end of this replay, and I will show you what I'm talking about. I'll log into the game.
I'm talking with this Squish the cat. Squish your cat.
Major Hard Trident, how many times do you need to reset to get an Ohio? Quite a bit. IWAX, yes, you need 5 tier 10 ships. It's going to take a while, guys. This isn't going to be like I reset the line and I'm done kind of a deal. But generally speaking, you reset the Akizuki line because it's the least experience and it's the easiest. You just hold down left mouse button and farm. Oh, Petro, broadside, hello. Now, you're going full speed here with engine boost active. You need to stop. It's time to stop! Like, Rob, right now, seriously, right now, I'd hit the S key. Because you want to cap, but the farther you go forward, the more risk you give here. I mean, I like the idea of trying to kill the Petro. But we don't know where that Pommern is. Last known shows him at E or D2 line, but who knows how old that is. The farther you go forward... Oh, look at that. I'm pausing it for a second. Look at who's on your broadside. Pommern and Ibuki. So you're just like screaming eagle going straight in there. And that could be a problem for you.
7 is now following.
Yes, exactly, Mustang. Reset one line today. And then, after you finish that line and redo it, then reset it again. And you're good. You never had the access credits to reset all those lines, Gary? I mean, honestly, to me, it's a long-term thing. It's a thing that you do once you have essentially beaten the game and unlocked all your ship lines. At least that's how I look at it. Surprise broadsex, says Massive Salvo. Maybe. Maybe. Denny Kid, thanks for the follow. Wolverines, thank you for the follow. And Cloudman007, thank you for the follow as well. Risky but fun, yes.
Oh, I did actually take it.
OG, when you do a line reset, you automatically sell all ships in that line, and you have to regrind them. Now, if you've got a decent chunk of free XP available,
Yamato Tamato is now following.
You'll be able to free XP past the tier 2, 3, 4 if you want to. Personally, I think just play a game in it and have fun. Oh my god, are we gonna see a ram? We're gonna see a ram.
Scop_17 is now following.
We're gonna see a ram, and the Montana wants none of this, and you're like, here, buddy.
You
Come
also
and have
sell
a
all the
hug.
modules that come with the ship.
Yes, all the modules that come with the ship, you get a butt ton of credits, but then you have to regrind the ship again. Now, honestly, for a player like me who has all the ship lines done, that's okay. But for somebody who's working their way up the ship lines, don't feel like you have to do it right away, and don't feel like you have to run like crazy to make it happen. Look at that.
317 just subscribed.
As your tip just goes right through that ship. Oh.
1_Ly_0_1 is now following.
That's a death pick if I've ever seen one, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Nice looking one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Maywin, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I really appreciate that, man. And Zleya, thank you for the follow. And Titans, thanks for the follow.
Tatums is now following.
You were forced to move, because you kept moving forward, you were forced to basically ram this guy because your sides were too open. You saw how much damage that you took. That's why I think if you would have hit the S key and just stopped until you capped the mid and until your teammates caught up to you, you would have had a better job. You know, you probably would have survived longer, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a screen depth pick there as well.
Mm.
That's why I was in that view.
Fair enough. Now, oh. Did I catch it? Did I catch it? Let's see. When the player moves around after they've sent in their ship and they've died, we don't get to see it too much. So we're gonna see what we have here. Yaka Diego, what tier 8 ship do you recommend to use your 25% off coupon for doubloons? Oh, that's a great question. If you don't have a Turpits yet and it's available, then Turpits. Did I just pass it? I think we lost him.
Yeah,
nope, here they are. Here, no, I didn't lose them. Here they are, right here.
Oh? Oh.
How do you like this screenshot here? Just the tips.
Why do I hear the Titanic music playing right now?
Yes, my heart will go on, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go underneath and watch him get bathed in water. So if you don't have a Tirpitz is a good pick. Atago is a great pick at tier 8 if you're a cruiser player, or Prince Eugen. Battleship-wise, you can't buy the Massachusetts anymore, right? So it comes down to Tirpitz, in my opinion, is fun. Tier 8.
Why not Alabama?
Tier 8 Kid and Cossack are good. Alabama's fun, but in my opinion, Massachusetts is just better. So Alabama can work. But to me, if it's Alabama, I'm gonna pick out. I just played North Carolina Key. So we saw the Key a lot in the recent tournament that we just covered. But the problem with the Key, in my opinion, is in random battles, her armor scheme just isn't as strong. Now, if you do have the ability to buy the Key and the Kobayashi camo, then Key is a fantastic credit printing ship if you don't have a Missouri. So that's a good pick.
Or Roma?
Prince Eugen with the Eagle camo, I think, is supposed to be.
Yes. Prince Eugen's Adler camo gives you a 10% bonus to credit earnings as well.
Now, Roma also comes with the special camo as well,
Yes.
correct? Like, they have the holy beer can?
I don't know that it comes with the camo. You might have to buy that separately.
Right.
Now-
but I'm just getting, would that be also an option? Or...
It could be, although I think when you're talking battleships, in my personal opinion, when it comes to fun and effectiveness on battle, Tirpitz is like way up there, #1. And then
Okay.
I would have put Massachusetts up there too, but it's gone now, so Alabama is slightly below. Key is okay, and then Roma is below that even. So personally, that's just me.
Black Pappy is now following.
And yes, if you reset your line, if you have spent money or otherwise earned, permanent camouflages, they will remain in your port. They're demounted from your ship, but you keep them. So when you regrind the Akazuki and you've got an Akazuki perma camo, then boom, you can slap it back on your Akazuki if you want. Dutch, what about the gas can? The Gascon at tier 8 is a blah. I don't like it. I don't think it's worth it. I wouldn't pick it up. Personally, Tirpitz, Alabama, Key for battleships. I would not get a Vanguard. I don't care what Raptor says. I don't like the Vanguard. Atago, the Takao, or
Matslon 312 is now following.
not the Takao. What am I? Tone. Atago or Tone at tier 8 are fantastic ships. And the Prince Eugen is a good ship too. So those are my 3 picks for cruisers. For destroyers, Kid, and Kid. Absolutely 100%.
Not Sahib?
Mines is okay. The problem I have with the Mines is she's extremely dependent on the team and matchmaking. If you're in a straight tier 10, it sucks. If you're able to hide behind an island, okay. But that's about it. So Kid is fantastic. How about what?
How about US? How about that new US ship that just dropped, Congress? Would you say it's too early to really tell if it's effective or not?
So I covered the Congress in a review, and I didn't talk about it too much, but the way that I look at the Congress, the problem that I have with the Congress is if you already own Alaska, then you play the Alaska because she's better. I mean, she's got the same armor scheme as Congress and Alaska, but to me at tier 9, the 2 extra barrels, there's just something about that ship that's just better. You could do it at tier 8, but the problem with tier 8 is if you get dropped, into a tier 10 match, it kind of sucks. You can crap over people in a tier 6 match, so that's there. But I mean, if I had to choose between the 2, I'd rather have an Alaska. Now, I've talked about this before. If you like an Alaska, and you absolutely love Alaska, it's your favorite ship ever, it's the bestest ship, and you've got Halsey, and you've got Halsey set in a perfect heavy cruiser spec, then by all means, pick up the Congress. Congress is going to be fun. But to me, if you already have an Alaska and you don't care to have the same gameplay, there's no reason to pick up the Congress. If you missed out on the Alaska, then get the Congress and you'll have somewhat of a feeling for what the Alaska was. Pick up, there you go, nicely done. But the way I see it, the only reason to grab the Congress is if you don't have Alaska or Alaska Black or Puerto Rico, Or if you have those ships and you just love them, like every day you play your first win in it, or you play ranked and you spam the hell out of it. Is Congress as good as Alaska or Puerto Rico? No, but it's tier 8, so you don't expect it to be as good. But tier for tier, I'd say it's still not as good, taking into account the tier drop. But hey. Skip to next replay. So, Desta, I could do that, but I'm having fun talking with chat. And the other thing, too, that's really important is we're kind of showcasing what happens when you die here. So, Rob died early trying to make that big play happen. He took the Montana down with him, which is great. But now he's dependent on the rest of the team. He's hoping for the rest of the team. Fighter, the easy line to reset is the Japanese gunboat destroyer. The Congress has crap damage per minute and derpy dispersion. Its reload is not as good, and it's got 2 less barrels, so you definitely feel the change in that dispersion. Marceau tends to burn down U.S. battleships massive. Well, we're going to see that possibly happen here as the Montana's turning away. You're welcome, Fighter.
Trying to tell them Montana to shoot the Marceau.
Did I answer you guys' questions about the tier 8 premium ship to buy?
Nordico 981 is now following.
Another tier 8 destroyer, if you like destroyers to pick, would be a Lo Yang. Lo Yang is a good choice. And the other one is...
Vindicator 22 is now
Leningrad?
following.
That's tier 7. I don't know,
it's tier
there's...
7.
You could make the argument for Cossack. Cossack's okay.
Kala 36 is now following.
Cossack's okay. But anyways, so there's a question in chat, why do I recommend the Japanese gunboat destroyer? It's because it's the easiest line to reset. It's the cheapest, the least amount of XP that you need to earn. No, not Silly Wang. I mean, you could. It's got deep water torpedoes and a hydro, but I'd rather have a Lo Yang. And time is up. Rob wins that match.
I think
All
I'm
right.
in second on the team.
We're gonna
Nice.
go to Stream Raiders. Gonna go ahead and hasten the group. Here we go. Start the battle. The other reason why I prefer to go with the Japanese gunboat line, despite even, you know, the fact that you've got the XP earning, the other thing that makes it so special is the fact that it's really easy to do well in that ship line, because those 100mm guns penetrate a ridiculous amount of armor. So you just kind of sit back and hold down left mouse button and win. Desta wins. And I need to add, oh, Lex, there you go. I need to put the sounds back in. So we'll do that in a second. Let's sort by level, put up my archer. Do I have any quests going on? Whatever. Okay. Let me go to my settings. Let's put music and sound effects back on. Alright.
Another destroyer that I was thinking of is